Never a dull moment when you cover the Dallas Cowboys. I just finished cooking dinner, doing my live stream and everything else. Look at tell me the colors aren't pretty out here. Look at this. Look at my herb garden over there and stuff. All these plants and flowers and everything else. I can't wait to have company come over here. I have worked look at this. I have worked my ass off to get this together. And if only I had the money right now to get my TV. See, look, it's raining out, but underneath here it's dry. See, right here? That's my cabinet waiting for a TV. Okay, so here's the thing. One thing that Stephen Jones says is player acquisition is a 365-day-a-year job. And that is the truth, because you are forever bringing people in and out. And a legacy signing that we had, Larry Allen Jr., our Hall of Fame offensive tackle, Larry Allen, his son, was brought in on the team on the 90-man roster. Unfortunately, the Cowboys cut him today to make move for Justin Phillips, a linebacker. And this is one of those things that happens a lot in football. Hi, guys. Got to feed the babies. They've gotten so they're not scared of me anymore. This is one of those things that happens in football a lot, because you get brought in. If you're a high draft pick, you get all the opportunities to start. And that's where Taco, now going into his fourth year, has had all the opportunities, even though he has not done a whole lot. But you look at it and say, we used a lot of draft capital to bring him in, so we've got to make sure that he can't play, that dog can't hunt, because we don't look like idiots for drafting a guy that can't play. So you keep him on the roster. You try to get him there. Guys that are undrafted free agents and things, you get cut and brought back a lot. And so Justin Phillips was a rookie that we had that we had signed last year, and he got cut, and now he's got brought back. And this reminds me, Ainsley Battles, who used to play for the Jacksonville Jaguars and played for the Pittsburgh Steelers. He got a ring with the Steelers. So shout out to Ainsley. He's out in Vegas. And next year when the draft is in Vegas, Ainsley, you told me I can come stay at your house at any time. I'm going to be there for the draft if you don't mind. He was describing what it's like to be a football player that's on the bubble. He talked about this guy who literally got cut and brought back, got cut and brought back, and got cut and brought back, to the tune of like 6 or 7 times in the season. He said, you don't seem to understand that when you get cut and then another team wants to check you out, well, you're having to go to that team, get checked out, and hopefully you make it on that team. And if you do, you got to get a place to stay and all that. And then all of a sudden you're only there for 2 weeks. Then you're going to have to go someplace else. So it ends up being, you may be a football player, but sometimes you're not really making that much money on the general whole, And some of the players, well, that may be their whole career of, a year or two of being cut and released and brought back and so on, and never really make much money and not being prepared for life after football. So it's not everything that it's cracked up to be. And if you end up getting one of those debilitating injuries that messes you up for life, well, you don't necessarily have health insurance for the rest of your life either. So it's a tough business. I hope Larry Allen Jr. can get brought back maybe, or makes it on another team. But this is the thing. Right now, the Cowboys are looking at the team, and when you look at the offensive line, we know that right now Travis Frederick, when the veterans had the day off yesterday, he was out there because they're trying to get him extra work and stuff. He's looking pretty good so far. So as you start looking at the offensive line, you've got a lot of depth. I mean, think about this. You got to figure that you're going to have, of course, Tyron Smith, who has been healthy all offseason, okay? This is the first time in years that Tyron Smith has not been rehabbing in the offseason. And every year he misses like 2 or 3 games the last 3 years. So he's going into this offseason healthy, which is great. So he's going to be a starter. Zach Martin is out there, pushing guys left and right. His knee is fine. He's going to be a starter. Travis Frederick, another Pro Bowl player, is going to be a starter. So you got those three, La'el Collins, at his paycheck and everything else, he going to be a starter, or he going to be traded. And then you got Connor Williams, who's put on extra meat, playing guard. He's going to be a starter, even though he wants to play tackle. So that's your starting 5 offensive linemen right there. And now you got a Cam Fleming who played okay when Tyron Smith was out. He blocked for Tom Brady in the Super Bowl. That's a pretty good resume. You got to figure he's probably going to make the team. Then you got Joe Looney, who played pretty good in replacement of Travis Frederick. He's not Travis Frederick, but he can also play guard and tackle. Guard and center. So that's 7. Then you drafted Connor McGovern, who can play center, who can play guard, and who can play possibly tackle as well. You're not going to draft a guy in the 3rd round that you're going to let go. That's 8 guys right there. Then you have a guy like Xavier Salafalo. Left an eye out on the field, but, he played his first game, played great till he got poked in the eye. That's another guy. That's 9 guys that are right there. So when you start looking at this and you think of Larry Allen Jr., he's way down there. And knowing that he's really got no chance to make the roster, best thing you can do is let him have an opportunity to have somebody else maybe pick him up right now. The Washington Redskins are looking at trading Trent Williams to New England. And, they signed Donald Penn, but there's other teams that are definitely offensive line hungry. Somebody's going to get hurt. So instead of holding on to him throughout training camp, give him the opportunity to go elsewhere. And that's what they did with Allen Hurns. Allen Hurns was the same kind of situation. Allen Hurns, you knew that with all the guys that you have on here, at best, he would be your 4th wide receiver or 5th. And for Allen Hurns, he wanted an opportunity to be able to play, to show that he can play, to get another big contract. And you did the right thing by letting him go early so that way he could get caught on with Miami. And for him, that's a great situation because Miami, he's going to be starting. Miami has a shortage of wide receivers. And that's what you really want in the NFL, is you want to have an opportunity to do the best that you can. And then it's up to you, once you get that opportunity, to stay there. So that's where we are. Tomorrow, I believe, is an off day for the Dallas Cowboys, their first off day since starting practice on Saturday. A well-deserved rest. And what typically happens is, you can be in shape, okay? You can be in a bicycle shape, running shape, and things like that. You can be in that shape, but there's nothing like football shape. And after you start finally hitting, and especially the offensive and defensive line, when you start hitting and everything, and you start doing those sprints, and believe me, I don't know if you've ever pushed like a car or pulled a car. That's what it's feeling like when you're blocking somebody, is you're pushing that weight. They're fighting against you, and your body and your muscles start getting sore. And it takes some time before you really get used to that pounding, that hitting and stuff. And that's one of those things that I think the NFL did themselves a disservice by cutting down the amount of padded practices that your body needs to get those tackling skills, that used to getting those hits and things, that you can't just go from 0 to 60 on Sunday. I think that's where a lot of these concussions and injuries come about, is because your body's not really ready for those games. And when you get those guys that are 300 plus pounds that are running 460 and 470 and they're hitting you, now that's a car crash. So, all right, guys, that's where we are right now. Any other news with the Dallas Cowboys, I'm going to do my best to bring it to you. I'm going to sit out here in the rain for a little bit, dream about having my TV out here, and I'm going to watch the fishies swim for a bit. I'm Mark Holmes, and well, it's been another good day. But then again, any day above the dirt, to me, is a good day. I'll see you guys, maybe with a fireside chat in the rain. Have a good night.